Good to be here. Good to see some familiar faces. First of all, I just want to start by saying, anytime you're asked to return to a place that you helped build, you had a hand in building, it's special. So I certainly wasn't, thinking of this as an option.
The newly appointed president of the Indiana Fever has made her stance clear regarding Caitlin Clark's potential absence from the WNBA. Caitlin Clark has gained yet another influential supporter within the Indiana Fever organization.
Your eye, the head, if it affected you, how it affected you, and through the rest of the game. Thanks.
Yeah, obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down, and obviously a tough time for that to happen. I got some really good looks. I felt I had three wide open threes in the first half that you usually make. So that's tough, but I felt like I battled and tried my best. Took care of the ball better than I usually do, which is a positive. But overall, Coach said in the locker room, we were down 3 the first quarter, down 5 second quarter, and then lost by 3 in the third. We were right there, and I felt like we just played a crappy game. The flow of the game was really bad. I don't know if that was the reffing. It was probably partly us because we struggled to get stops at times, but also
The newly appointed president of the franchise surprised everyone by holding an unannounced press conference. During the event, she addressed the speculation surrounding Caitlin Clark's potential departure and rumors of a new contract in Europe. Her statement sent shockwaves through the basketball community, sparking widespread discussion and debate.
Look at this as a new business. There's a huge amount of gratitude, I would say, to Lynn Dunn and to Allison Barber for everything that they did to kind of stabilize and get things pointed in the right direction as well. Those are some tough years. You don't get 2 number 1 picks in the draft by having a great team and great years. You go through some peaks and valleys. So I really feel like we're poised and we're set up for a great, successful next era of Fever basketball.
Did you know that when Caitlin Clark was chosen as the number 1 pick for the Indiana Fever, Krauskopf personally sent her a message welcoming her to the franchise? In the message, she referred to Clark as the epicenter of basketball. So it comes as no surprise that even though the Fever players are still on holiday and haven't had the chance to meet Krauskopf yet, she used a press conference to publicly show her unwavering support for Clark.
Depth in certain areas, like maybe another wing. We wanted to pick up another point guard in Fitzgerald, picked up a wing in Ronnie Williams, and then was able to pick up another scoring guard in Motley. So those are all kind of depth, positions for us. If I look at other teams, I think most people were trying to do the same thing.
As the draft starts to move on, you get mid, late second, and early third round. Is that kind of the point where all the research and all the hard work you guys have done really comes into play at those points?
It does. Look, by the time you get to, you're going through 28, 30 players, you've done your homework on everyone. And we had in our mind who, we knew if we were able to get, let's say a perimeter player at this pick, we were probably going to look at the next best post, we were going to look at the next best point guard. So there was some strategy behind it because we had 3 second-round picks. We did not have Erica McCall sitting there at 17, so that was a pleasant surprise, but it helped us with our depth in terms of how we wanted to craft our training camp.
Krauskopf stressed that her vision for the team is centered around building a strong foundation around Caitlin Clark, with a commitment to helping her reach even greater heights. Krauskopf, known as the mastermind behind the franchise's remarkable success during their stellar 2012 WNBA season, is determined to replicate that glory with Clark as the centerpiece.
This question is, when you take me back through when you first officially learned that you made the playoffs, what was the reaction? How did you celebrate? Who were you with? And all that. Just take me through that aspect.
Oh gosh, it was a couple weeks ago now. I think we clinched when Vegas won, if I remember correctly. It was late at night because obviously they're playing on the West Coast, we're playing on the East Coast. So I remember the game, and honestly, I didn't have much of a reaction. It was just you're definitely happy, but I know we had practice the next day. I think we might have had an off day, the day that we ended up clinching when we really didn't do anything. It was everybody else that kind of helped us out. So came to work the next day, and everybody was definitely happy, but I think we still had 7 games to play, or we had this whole month still to play, and I thought we approached this month really well too. Obviously, we had a homestand after clinching, and I thought we did a really good job of going 1-0, or trying to approach every game just 1 game at a time.
Shifting her focus to the Fever, Krauskopf expressed her unwavering confidence in restoring the team to its former glory with Caitlin Clark at the forefront. she firmly stated that the franchise has no plans to allow Clark to join another team or leave the WNBA, reinforcing their commitment to building a championship-caliber roster around her.
Indiana Fever basketball continued today as the team welcomed a not-so-new face back to the franchise. Kelly Krauskopf returned to the team as the newest president of basketball and business operations. Krauskopf helped build the Fever up from the beginning, spending 18 years of her career with the Indies WNBA team. Now she's welcomed back after working the last 6 seasons in the Pacers front office. During her first stint with the Fever, she helped win the team's only WNBA championship with legendary player Tamika Catchings leading the way.
Instead, Kopf plans to construct a championship-winning team with Caitlin Clark at its core, drawing from her extensive experience and proven leadership, which saw her elevate the franchise to unprecedented success between 2000 and 2018. Kopf is confident in her ability to achieve this ambitious goal.
I want to start off, you guys saw the news yesterday about Kelly Krauskopf. She's going to be, leaving us to go run the Fever again. Super happy for her. She was a huge part of our front office and helping us build our team and run our team from day to day. And definitely going to miss Kelly, but also excited for her. And I think she's stepping into a great situation. I think, as we all know, see what the Fever are doing. Hopefully they can keep their season going tomorrow. And but I know Kelly's excited for the new opportunity, and we are as well. And just wanted to start off by thanking her on all of her contributions to the Pacers. So.
Kopf was instrumental in the drafting of Tamika Catchings to the Fever, a decision that proved to be nothing short of genius. With Catchings leading the way and a strong supporting cast, the franchise achieved remarkable success, culminating in their stunning WNBA championship victory in 2012, which left the league in awe.
To be back with the Fever during such a pivotal time in women's basketball.
Anytime you're asked to return to a place that you helped build, you had a hand in building, it's special. So I certainly wasn't, thinking of this as an option at the point in my career where I am, but I'll say Mel Raines is a good recruiter. I'm going to have her help me with some free agents. This is a seminal moment in women's sports. It's a big opportunity to be a part of this rising tide.
Now, Kopf aims to replicate that success with Caitlin Clark as the driving force behind a revitalized team, the focal point through whom everything flows on the court. However, the challenge may be greater than Kopf anticipated. The Indiana Fever has faced significant struggles in recent seasons, leading up to 2024 when Clark arrived. As a rookie sensation, Clark has already demonstrated the rare ability to single-handedly turn games in her team's favor, offering a glimmer of hope for the franchise's resurgence.
Focus, commitment, confidence, everything went to another level.
Pushed to the brink of elimination, the most dramatic moment in Fever franchise history unfolded.
I look up, I see Bree kind of like behind the defense, and I'm like, okay, I know I can get it. I'm falling down, but I'm like, just one extra push.
And once I saw someone have it, I took off. Just top speed. I don't know. I don't know how fast I was, but I was going.
Get it to Bree. I see Bree go up, and like I blink my eyes, and in that blink,
definitely overshot that land.
Next thing I know, when my eye was like, what is going on? Everybody's scrambling.
The ball came off the rim, so I'm scrambling, I'm jumping, and somehow the ball gets tipped out to Bree. She didn't give up on the play.
Throughout the season, Caitlin Clark electrified crowds with her performances, inspiring her teammates to elevate their game and become better versions of themselves. Her influence extended far beyond the court, leaving a lasting impact on the entire organization and its fan base.
Let's talk about the guards that did make it. Talk about the guards that did make it. How they play, Andrea? Because you were one of the ones that say she didn't earn it. How did the guards play that within the Olympics? How did they play?
For sure, but we can't take how Caitlin finished the W season and pivot that to how she would have done in the Olympics.
Caitlin Clark's presence transformed the Indiana Fever into a box office sensation. The team led the league in attendance, drawing an average of 177,000 fans per game. Viewership soared as well, with the Fever captivating audiences from across the globe, expanding their fan base and solidifying their place as a must-watch franchise.
What have you kind of made of your first week here? What has it felt like to you?
It's been fun. It's been good. I think the biggest thing is this team just has a energy and positive attitude no matter what the circumstances. I think we all feel like we're getting a lot better. I think especially when we went to New York, we felt like that was a step forward for us. And you have to remember that's one of the best teams in the league. And I thought there was glimpses of, we cut it to 10 points around there in the fourth quarter. So I think the positive attitude, the energy, but I've had a lot of fun, my first week in the WNBA. Obviously, the results aren't exactly what we wanted, but just got to worry about the process and finding ways to get better, and I think that's what we're doing.
Felt like that first half, it was kind of a flow of what you were more accustomed to. What led to that, do you think?
I think just the speed and the pace that I played with. I think getting the ball and attacking downhill, keeping the defense on their toes. I think I just played with a lot more pace, a lot more energy. I think we all did overall. We got some good screen set and transition, and that's how we want to play. We want to play fast. We want to play in transition.
Kopf could be the key to harnessing the Fever's growing popularity and turning it into a championship-winning legacy. With her experience and vision, she has the potential to build on the momentum generated by Caitlin Clark and elevate the franchise to new heights of success.
One game at a time, and I think that's why we've been able to be successful in this stretch, is because we haven't looked too far ahead. It's the game that's always just right in front of us. I'm pretty sure the only people that view this as a rivalry is all of you. Like, for us, like, it's just a game of basketball. Like, that's what it is, and if it's going to help move the game forward, absolutely. Like, that's amazing. That's what it should be. Like, people could talk about it. I mean, yeah, I think I saw the ticket prices. I guess the only thing is, like, I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade. But we're excited, one game at a time. You kind of got to wipe this and learn from it. And, we travel tonight and get there and practice, and it's a prep, and then you're playing the next day at 4 p.m.
One thing is certain. Kopf's return to the franchise is more than just a nostalgic moment. With a proven track record of building successful teams, all eyes will be on her to see what steps she takes next, especially after making her strong stance on Caitlin Clark clear. The basketball world is eagerly awaiting her next move.
The NBA is such a mature league. I mean, there's so many great takeaways. I think, I went into it with eyes wide open. What can I learn from this experience? What can I add? But what can I also learn? I think, I'm a lifelong learner. I love the game. I mean, this is in my DNA. Everything about running a team, running a basketball program, if you will. It's really who I am. It's my passion. And I think being able to leverage that experience, being embedded with Kevin Pritchard and Chad Buchanan in those daily meetings and talking about building the roster, it's very similar to what I did really for 18 years. The difference is the contracts are a lot bigger, the resources are a lot more, but there's so many things about running the team, putting together rosters that are really the exact same.
Will she overhaul the coaching staff? Will she capitalize on the free agent market to bring in new talent? Only Kopf knows the answers, and the basketball world is waiting with anticipation to see how she will shape the future of the Indiana Fever.
Not at all. I think anytime you draft a player of her caliber and coming from the program at Tennessee, that we had high hopes, but it's been an honor and a privilege to have her here. I've really enjoyed working with her and building a team with her and around her, and it's going to be a hard way to look at our team next year, but I tell you, she's meant everything to this community and this franchise, and we've got a great foundation to build.
Whatever decisions Kopf makes in the coming months will undoubtedly shape the future of the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark's success next season. However, one of her most pressing choices will be determining the future of head coach Christy Sides. That decision could have a profound impact on the team's direction moving forward.
What's it felt like to you? Is it all kind of been a blur at this point?
You mean all the games every other day against the top teams in the league? Yeah.
Pressure of national TV, everything.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? Like, we're owning it. I see improvement every day. They're willing to learn and working together to get better as a team, which is hard to do when you get to practice.
What were the positives you took out of, especially that first half? It felt like you guys really started to get in the groove of things that you had been preaching throughout training camp finally.
Yeah, I feel like against Connecticut, they didn't get our best shot, 25 turnovers. You don't really give yourself a chance. Came home, and I think we all just, kind of stood and looked instead of, really embracing that moment.
Coach Christy Sides played a crucial role in leading the franchise back to the playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade, a remarkable achievement. However, her coaching has faced criticism, particularly regarding her defensive strategies, leaving many to question whether she is the right fit to take the team to the next level.
Make adjustments. They were going to change up their schemes. They were going to change the matchups. We had talked about getting back the matchups that we wanted, that we thought would be helpful for us. I agree with what Caitlin just said. we scored 69 points, and when we go back and watch this, I didn't really say much because I want to go back and watch and just kind of see. But I think we just, these guys are going to shoot the ball a lot better on Wednesday, and that's going to make a huge difference. And the first 3 quarters we battled. I think we got rattled in the third a little bit when they started they hit some shots, but then we kept making shots, and then we really, that fourth quarter we stopped scoring.
The Fever finished the regular season with the second worst defense in the league, a glaring weakness that was exposed in their first-round playoff loss to the Connecticut Sun. The Sun were able to bypass the Fever's defense far too easily at times, highlighting a critical area that must be addressed if the team hopes to improve next season and make a deeper playoff run.
I'm wondering, you're obviously expecting a big rush of fans this season. Just broadly, what do you think the home court advantage could be like for you this year? I mean, that has to have a tremendous impact. Just what are you expecting? What kind of tangible impact do you think that will have?
Yeah, I told the players when we were huddled up at the end, it's going to be a great environment. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had this many people who are supposed to show up for the game tonight, so which is so exciting. But I think it just prepares us. I think these kind of environments prepare us for where we're trying to go.
Another area of concern has been the team's rotation. Coach Sides faced heavy criticism for overplaying her star players for extended minutes, which led to fatigue. Additionally, her game management was often questioned, with many pointing out her tendency to misjudge when to call timeouts or make adjustments during crucial moments. These issues have raised doubts about her ability to effectively manage the team in high-pressure situations.